What's up, bros? Canal here, Bulls on Wall Street. How's everybody doing? Hey, happy Monday. To the market with bananas today. There was some news out about China and Xi Jinping and some other stuff, but in the end, we held some support, and we're right at the 50-day moving average. Today was just bonkers, though. 2.73%. So let's dig into what's happening in the stock market, and then what do we do next? Because we just went from extreme bears to extreme bullish, really, really quick. So we need to figure out, is today the bottom or is there something else? Let me just say something. 52% of stocks up, 53% of 60% of the Russell, so on and so forth. But one of the interesting things was, look, there was heat in all the kind of old specky hot names, a lot of heat, and that's what you have to respect, right? When there's spec money flowing, you have to respect that, and I think that's we had that today. You had even, stuff like XRPT, ETF, BMNR, right? Like, you have 20% move on some of these. Now, look, they were down, very oversold. So, like, first big day in, months is not like some big bottom, but it's something to be mindful of. So I think what we need to do is be prepared to go both ways. We got to dance around this 50-day moving average a little bit. There's a very strong chance, and this happens a lot in these kind of moves, is that you come in here and then you get like a whoosh down, and it could be a huge candle, and then you end up making a higher low, and then you kind of have these EMAs, and then you cross back over. That happens a lot. So don't be surprised in the next day or two if you get like a candle that's maybe not as big as this, but like a really just big one, and you're just sitting there like bear flag, and then it rips back the other way. That you see that around big pullbacks all the time. Even like if you look at just recently in August, like, obviously much shorter duration, but it's like you pulled back and it's not like you just go straight up, right? You come back, oftentimes you may retest, right? And you're like, it's a short, you're breaking under the 50, and then it goes. So, don't be, surprised if you see something like that. But, overall today was very bullish. Let's see kind of what happens next. Let's dig into the watch list here. I'm going to keep it short and sweet here. ONDS, this thing, we've been watching this one forever. First of all, awesome trader, 200 million shares of volume. Can't ignore that. Every time it dips down, it's been getting bought up, and it finally cleared out this range today. This is top of the list for tomorrow. Love that name. HLF had an inside day today after the big earnings pop, just like a little bit of inside day. I think that's ready to go. Grawl, well, this thing, I put this on the watch list for the group yesterday. I was posting this on Twitter in the morning. Like, this is, it's a picture perfect chart. The only thing that it lacks is a little liquidity. But I think this is, something that's buyable on any back and filling of dips here. AMTN. This is, Citron's been kind of pumping this one as a nuclear play, a DOE nuclear play. You're into the suction zone here where you could get this thing up. The float on this is pretty tiny from what it looks like. It's a $6 billion company, 243 million outstanding shares. The float's significantly lower. This may get some movement here. Let's add this one to the watch list. GCT, inside day after this big push here. I believe this was on news. And then inside day, let's see how it takes out 36. I think we're going to be good to go. Oscar, hey, so there's been some rumors out that there's going to be an extension of the ACA subsidies. All right. So once again, that's going to be good for some of these healthcare companies. You saw this one, CNC, right, kind of leading the way today. And Oscar had a lot of volume today, remount into 200. Let's see what's up with that. Hey, Google, what can you say, man? When do you ever see Google move 30 points? Dude, you guys see the calls on this thing? I mean, holy Shiite, pun intended. Dude, look at this stuff. Like, it was, you never see Google move like this, but it's like, dude, 1,000% on some of these bad boys, like 500%. It's just incredible, because this is not like it's not a zero DTE day, right? It's just we're on a Monday, like it's a Monday, and so that is just. I mean, people, this is account builders when you start to get into this kind of territory. Fantastic. I think AVGO's got a look to it too. A big stick on this thing today, 52 million shares. Dude, you're right there, man. This is top of the list tomorrow. Give me a week open on this one. We'll shred this thing. I love the overall chart on this compass. It's good to have a couple stocks that are, not real estate, not tech stocks, right? 10 was a big breakout. Let's see if we back and fill some of this area here. I think that's going to be a prime time, prime time location. FSLY after this earnings pop, right? You're coming back into the bone zone. Just picture perfect here. Hey, look, these companies are turds, but this thing is holding big support here. You did a hammer candle right on its old breakout spot. Now you're remounting to 9. If you could take out this kind of zone of love here, I think you're going to have something. And then, dude, yeah, Tesla probably leave alone. Yeah, kind of interested in this BMNR. Let's see, 72 million shares volume, remounted to 200, right at the 9. Let's see if crypto has a little bit more. Just following on the RGT theme, I think, if you can kind of cross back over this 50 on IONQ, that could be a speed up for a few days. And then RKLB, dude, I've been stalking this one too. This was a swing entry a few days ago, but now I think it could speed up for day trades. Maybe you get to 50, maybe even back up to the thing. A lot of times it's easy to get bearish because of the nasty market, but remember everything's been cut in half, so you're inevitably going to have some bounces and stuff like that. eBay, been watching this one, right? So you had this flat top all-time high breakout. You've retested at the 200-day moving average a couple times. I think this is one of those ones you stick in IRA or something like that. Dude, Microsoft, right? Just sitting here, 2 levels of breakout. I mean, right at the 200-day moving average. You're still like 15 points from the 9 EMA. I think that's a play for tomorrow. Bum, 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 bum. DDOG, right? This was your earnings pop. And now you've pulled back 6-7 days in a row right at the 50. Dude, like that one too. And there's a million other good-looking stocks out there. Obviously the market, when you have a big up day, always looks great, right? So you can add in some of these like kind of Cypher. See this like remount on Cypher, remount on Wolf, like that kind of stuff. So use any of these. They all look pretty good. I love you guys. Peace. I got to go.